Comments are something that are never in short supply, and when it comes to salty flat earther comments, there's always one lurking somewhere. And it is no different today when we look at some of the saltiest yet. Hello all and welcome along to another comments video. My name is Simon Dan, thank you very much for joining me. Yes, we once again slot our coin of debate into the slot machine of comments that is the Simon Dan comments section. And we have possibly found some of the most triggered people on YouTube this time. Let's get this show on the road and start with Chris Cox, who says, "You're definitely a puff, Dan." Lovely. And as I've said many times before, if I was, so what? Perhaps Makana Nakaihi can make up for the poor start. "Simon Dan, you look like a shaved nutsack." That actually is funny. But again, even if I did look like a bald bollock, why would that matter? Who have we got next? Snake Eye. What say you? "I'm surprised none of your haters have pointed that you look like you mutated from a rat, Ratman Dan." Yet more physical insults. Again, proving nothing about the fact that I could be wrong. See what I mean about the saltiness? Maybe Sheeple of USA 96 can sound a little less triggered. "Hearing you speak sounds like you have a very large penis in your mouth. You're a cocky lad, Nazi fangirl." Okay. Do I really sound like that? Oh well. Now of course, Sheeple of USA 96, it's actually worse for you because you've been proven wrong by a guy that sounds like he's talking with a large penis in his mouth. Now I know that'll trigger you even more. Next up we've got Pat Green. What have you got to say, Pat? "What a dickhead Simon Dan is." Okay, charming, but irrelevant. "El Producto Numero Uno? This dude Dan smokes good UK crack and likes butt plugs after midnight, right Dan?" I mean guys, this is getting really old now. It's just insult after insult. Perhaps Professor Fez can bring some decorum back to proceedings. I've got a good feeling about this one. "Hello, Beaker Muppet Sponge for Brains Man Dan. Did you enjoy Bilderbergers with all those naked fat men with hookers? You will corrupt our children no longer with your uniformed Illuminati agenda. You are nothing to them anyways, and they will dispose with you when you have outlived your use. I see your Masonic badge on the shelf along with the absolute lie of a dinosaur that never existed. Your day is coming soon, son. Oh yes, your day is coming. Enjoy the brass worthless coins you got for selling out to the world controllers, son. I hope they rust in your trousers." Professor Fez, come on. Surely you don't actually believe all of that hogwash you've written down there, do you? Actually, don't answer that. Let's move on to Doe James instead. "Thought so. You know those tiny shitballs you sometimes let that splash your arsehole? That's you." You've got way too much time to mull over your toilet habits. Also, it sounds like you've got a dirty arse crack. Sort it out. Brian Fairweather up next. Let's see what he's got to say. "Hey, Seaman Dan. Stop being a keyboard warrior, little bitch. Man up and debate Marty Leeds. You win. I'll unsubscribe from ML, bind over to subscribe to yours, and donate monthly to your fag fund. However, since your mouth has been full of a huge bag of dicks, you haven't been able to answer Marty's calls. I highly doubt you'll stop eating dicks to actually debate Marty. You seem so confident in your videos though. You should have the debate in the bag, like all those bags of dicks you're eating. You should with no problem. Don't let your sheep down, Seaman Dan." Thanks, Brian. Just a quick one. If you actually want someone to do something, it's probably not best that you say that they've eaten a bag of dicks like 5 times. As for Marty Leeds, well, he doesn't really know what pie is, so yeah. Up next is long-time channel commenter Neil Aspinall. Away you go, Neil. "When you get down to it, Daniel-son, you are one of the most boring people I've ever come across. Trump 2020, 2024, 2028. That may be true, Neil, but if I've told you once, I've told you a million times. It's Daniel-san, not Daniel-son. You are massacring a classic movie. There's no excuse for that, whatever you think about The Shape of the Earth. Pat Kirksey up next. Away you go, Pat. Simon has been educated by sci-fi movies. Why all video reviews? Why no head-to-head debates? Much safer when nobody can fire back at you, you goofy sack of bones. Go away. 196,000 subs? Yeah, right. YouTube rewards Globers, censors flat earthers. If that doesn't tip you dumb shits off to the truth, there's no hope, you. Duh. Thanks, Pat. I don't do head-to-head debates because there's no point. The earth is a globe. It's not up for debate. It's a fact. Jeff Stubbs is up next. Away you go, buddy. What a idiot this gay Lukong Dan is. No wonder he wasn't to believe in a creator. That way he can't be judged for all the gay faggot thoughts he has. You can tell he's a flaming fruitcake by looking at him. If there was a creator, I'm sure that he or she would be absolutely delighted at the way you talk to a fellow human being like that. Have a good day, Jeff. Go easy on the salt for your fries. Who do we have next? Zappin. Away you go, good sir. Ha! Making videos in his office with shelves full of books and stuff behind him to seem more intelligent. It's just a dumb concept. Like we would believe anything he says. And that hair... Oh, wait. The hair again. Come on, I'm trying here. Maybe Beyond the Deception will have a strong argument against me. Retard ballsucker at it again. Still nothing else to talk about. Still in a closet. Still looking and talking like the wanker STD man Dan is. Even if I was a ballsucker. Even if I was in a closet. Even if I had every STD under the sun. You're still wrong. So there is that. Kevin Foster up next. Away you go, Kevin. You're just so unlikable. I'm sure you're the life of the party, Kevin. You and your 26 friends on Facebook. Arturo Gabino up next. Away you go, Arturo. Dudes, I would rather listen to a strong, charismatic type like Owen Benjamin, right or wrong, than a nerdy British dweeb who presents poorly like this guy. I am nerdy. And I am British. And possibly I'm a bit of a dweeb. So what? Each to their own, I guess. That's the beauty of life. Let's go next with Briskenenu Gamella. Away you go. You act like a clown, you dumbass. How can gravity hold oceans together, attracting them to the ground, and yet fish still get to swim and birds fly? How can a fly or a mosquito fly, but millions of tons of water still remain together due to gravity? Perhaps if you read a book, your immense ignorance would not be so much on show next time. Pick one up and start reading it. Now, please. Elmer Fudd, Life is Like a Box of Something up next. Let's see if their comment is as long as their name. Sci-Fi Man Douche. Oi, the nature of Earth is flat, you dipshit. No scientific proof for spinning spaceball monkey religion. No girlfriend. No kids. Getting one off every 5 minutes. Still virgin. Living in mum's basement. A socialist/communist, atheist. Traitor to humanity and rotting soul. You're pretty pathetic, Dan. Maybe people aren't hearing me enough. I am married. I have 3 kids. I live in my own house. Maybe they're just choosing not to listen. Perhaps Artemis Pyle has something more useful to say. Let's hear him out. Creepy fucker, that's Dan. Guess not. The legend? Are you running a Ponzi scheme here, encouraging your subscribers to buy books to help make you rich? Or are they just a bunch of old books? Which author are you sucking off the most? Kind regards, Dan. Not sure if you know how Amazon works, but I don't get any money if people buy books off there. Our penultimate comment comes from Christopher M. Reynolds. Sounds like a decent chap. Let's see what he's got to say. Your need to be relevant is really kind of disturbing. I don't understand how a clueless fucking moron can go around criticising other people's thoughts, ideas, if things they conceived on their own through some unique ways. Yes, you don't have an original thought at all. I have not heard one original thing comes from your mouth, unless of course you one day admit that mummy or daddy just didn't love you enough to tell you that there is deep deception in this world we live in and that you should question everything. But you won't do that because you have a need to be liked when you are so fucking irrelevant. By the way, we have not been to the moon. Correct your shirt, stupid. The USA has been to the moon. Here's an original thought, Christopher. Despite your animosity towards me, I'm not going to insult you. I don't blame you for your worldview, and you're probably a decent guy in the flesh. I'm just asking that you consider the possibility that there is just as much deception in flat earth and other conspiracies as there is in other things. If you can put your hand on your heart and tell me 100% that there isn't, I would be very, very surprised. Right, last up we have long-time email troll Liam McMahon. He wants to compare me to Eric Dubay. Eric Dubay is a successful published author of several important truthful books. What have you done? Let's recap, shall we? 1. You have sat in a sad little corner surrounded by toy, spheroidal worlds and other toys like Lego and so on, all of which are equally just childish toys. 2. You have sat in a sad little corner telling bizarre and demented lies and rubbish to deceive people. 3. You have sat in a sad little corner looking like a completely gimpish, creepy, ugly old fool. 4. You have sat in a corner looking like a complete nerd and fool. 5. You have produced a cartoon avatar of yourself that makes you look suave and debonair and with a full head of hair, while in real life you look hideous and creepy and are obviously being affected by onset of male pattern baldness. You should be ashamed and embarrassed and very worried about your long-term future, you foul, despicable creep. And the winner of most triggered email of the year goes to... But seriously, Liam, I think you've put way too much time into that email. Get a life. Right, that brings this episode of comments to another satisfying close. Told you they were salty today. If you enjoyed it, then please do like and subscribe. I have been Simon Dan, and I'll see you all on Friday, where a flat earther has a crack at Antarctica. See you then.